live. Give it a minute to kind of render in. I can feel it coming in. Oh Lord.
By the way, we're live on mine.
All right. Hitting the live camera in 3, 2, 1. What is going on, everybody? Like, where the fuck are we? What day is it? Well, like I told you guys on the last show, I am moving the Dysfunctional Family Days to Saturdays. So, first official show on Saturday, and we got a lovely bunch as always. We got the lovely TKAT. We got the notorious Salad. And as always, everybody's favorite quiet one, Spike Vape. So as always, let's get started off with what we are vaping on and what we are drinking or possibly drinking. So always ladies first, TKAT.
All right, so obviously everybody knows that I am vaping with my lovely warrior. Okay, profile. And I picked up a new juice. It is by Night. It is a raspberry, lemon, and pomegranate mixture. 60 grams of Nick. And I'm drinking my lovely coffee. For the next one.
All right, Spike, you're on.
All right. Tonight, just short Captain drop RDA in that I've got some bizarre black currant from 416 Vapes. And where is it? There it is. Orion Q Pod. In that, I got some cherry salt nicks from Great Canadian Fog. And yeah, that's it for me.
Salad.
Captain with my Unity. I don't remember which menthol this is, but it's one of my menthol flavors. Thinking about nicknaming this combination the Jean-Luc Picard.
Is that all you got?
Yep.
All right. Obviously, Maxo 315 with Centurion V2 on top with some of Mitch Green's coils in there. Vaping some My Sweet Dragon from artists on that one. And kind of a continuing testing and first testing of the Vupu X17 with the recurve dual on top. That's got some peanut butter rocket in it. Also rocking some peanut butter rocket checkmate mod with the Twisted Messes 24 Pro on top with some of Mitch Green's aliens. And for the first time ever on a live stream, Smoke Nordpod with some Mr. Salty Blue Raz Lemonade. So that is it for me. So first topic of the day. So TKAT came to me with some very interesting information. So I'm going to give her the floor and let her talk about this whole spiel.
Alrighty, so on Thursday, I went to go pick up my daughter from school, and basically I found out that how some of the little teens are getting the hold of the jewel. So, because she saw my vape and everything, and my daughter obviously was on her scooter. So her and I were walking, and she's like, "So you're vaping?" I'm like, "Yes." She's like, "I had a few kids actually that were in my class that asked me if I wanted to buy one, and I told them no." And I'm like, "Huh." And she's like, "And I found out how they were doing it too, because I was kind of curious." And I'm like, "All right, well, how they did it?" And she's like, "Well, the one kid that was selling it to me goes to these stores, basically grabs a box of the starter kits, and goes to buy it. They ask for their ID. He's like, "But you didn't ask my brother for an ID. I mean, and he's younger than me." "Oh, okay. So Basically allows them to pay for it and everything because threatens them. Basically blackmailing. Then I find out about the groups. So one goes and distracts them as the other ones basically go and grab 1 or 2 boxes each, making it not as noticeable of how many they're grabbing, and walking out as the other one is distracting, goes and buys, and then walks out. Most of these are teenagers that are usually the retails, and they don't want to get in trouble, so they just sell it anyways. And that is how they're getting them.
Straight from the horse's mouth.
Whoa, hold on.
Just remember, she's 13 years old. She's going into high school very soon. And I found this out because she wanted to let me know of how, because we did start talking about teenagers and whatnot, and that's when she brought up about the vapes. Mostly. But, yeah. Ain't that
So it's not really just the parents that are getting these kids these vape products. Is also them basically stealing it.
Stealing it, and because the kids are smart enough to lie and know what blackmailing is. Like, kids are very creative. They want something, they'll get it. This kid is 13 years old, and there's 12-year-olds that are doing it. Just in this school. And because they're so small, because they're so small and easy and compact, they're easy to hide.
So real quick, I'm going to say hello to the people we have in chat currently. We have Marcius. What is up, brother? Glad to see you here. We got Bartholomew Beaverhausen. Fucking what? We got Truckin' Vapes in chat. What's going on there, buddy? And we got Jared, the vaping goat. He says, hi!
Greetings and salutations to all.
So let me just say, I'm not going to go into too many details, but let's just say that Jared has a very interesting device that he's going to that he's currently testing for reviewing, and I'm actually very interested to see about what he thinks about it.
From what I hear, he got instant wood.
Well, let's just say the box that I handed to him was not exactly a small one either. So what is everybody else vaping on in chat? Feel free to post that. So, but like what TKAT was saying, so basically these kids are just blackmailing and stealing these vape devices, and which is in a way kind of scary knowing that a kid that young is smart enough to do that, which is kind of terrifying in a way. And basically they're doing that, but every governments and all that are basically just pointing at us saying it's our fault. Is that correct, TKAT?
Mm-hmm. Pretty, kids, I swear. Sorry, I'm trying to edit some of my stuff here. Apparently.
Monsterman, check your Facebook Messenger.
Already did. But I like to say, though, since me and Salad live somewhat close to each other, me and him have been going through a very interesting week as far as Mother Nature.
A week and a half, 3 weeks.
True. And I'm sure Brian and Jared can also chime in on this in chat. But we've had quite the interesting event happen. What was it, Tuesday it happened? Tuesday, maybe Wednesday?
Let's see. We had Friday last week issues, and then Tuesday issues. And we're scheduled for more issues this week.
But what are the reasons why? Basically, folks, we had a oh fuck moment from Mother Nature when she decided to drop an F4 tornado on us.
In the area, yeah.
Now, some people don't live in Tornado Alley like we are, but let's just say tornadoes. I rather deal with an earthquake than a tornado. At least with an earthquake, you don't know when it happens. It just happens. You just find what's left, see what's still standing. So this tornado decides to land in Osage City, Kansas, which is about an hour and a half away from where I live. Goes all the way to Gladstone, which is about 20 minutes, 25 minutes away from me. Lifts up, keeps touching back down, lifting up, back and down. Fucking Mother Nature, man. Who pissed her off?
I did.
I remember seeing pictures a couple days ago about train tracks and levees. Just looks like someone dropped a bomb right there, and it's a full river effect rolling in from the hole.
When you live about 10 minutes away from a city and you're getting debris from that city in your front yard,
it's great.
Friend of mine that works at the local shop by me. She lives about 10 minutes away from not my town, but the next town over, and she was getting debris from there. As Salad decides to do a mukbang live on YouTube. What's on the menu for today, Salad?
Special K pastry crisp, strawberry flavored.
And here comes Truckin' in the chat. We're going to be saying, oh, hoity-toity.
Little do people know, I am a fat person living in a skinny person's body. The drawer on this desk is almost full of snacky foods.
Gain debris.
I do not endorse Special K or Kellogg's. I'm just eating it, and he asked.
So what's everybody vaping on in chat? Feel free to chime in on that. But back to what TKAT was saying, as we kind of veered off there, and I do apologize.
No, that's okay. I'm trying to get a couple of things started up here. I'm wondering why it's not showing up.
But the one question I do have is when you said that some kids will distract the shop employees and then steal the products. My only question is, what were these shops thinking of having the products sit where the kids could do that?
Well, how do kids gather around in one spot and one can somehow, without noticing, you see that they walk. How do I talk? Basically, a bunch of kids scattered around. You can't see what another kid is doing with 5 other ones that are around. Your eyes have to constantly move. How they're not getting noticed, taking a box about like this big, which we know how, we were teens once. We know how easy it is to shoplift. These kids have gotten so creative that they can do it right in front of you and you wouldn't even know.
You're muted, Salad.
Shouldn't the boxes be stored similar to that of cigarettes and be behind the counter, not on the counter?
Juuls do not have a type of glass container. Some do, like the one in the vape shops usually do, but the ones that are just in convenience stores or in gas stations, they're right there. Out in the open, you can grab one. It just takes one of the kids to basically grab it, distract the one person, and another one grabbing it quickly with another one in front of them.
Yeah, I understand that, but what I'm saying is, it is a nicotine delivery device. shouldn't it be stored similar to that of cigarettes?
Should be. But we're
Should
talking
be.
we're talking about convenience stores and gas stations, okay? If it doesn't have an actual cigarette label, it is not considered to them as a cigarette.
I know gas stations and convenience stores down here at least have the acrylic containment system. I say containment system because I don't want to call it a box, but that it's all stored in.
Yeah, there was more workers.
But I will say, though, some convenience stores do not take that precaution and put them in those cases. They just kind of let them hang there on hooks.
Yeah. When the gas station that me and my friend went to, I was talking to you on the phone. Right there was an actual vape pen right there, ready for use.
Wow.
Right beside car chargers. And it was, okay, so let's say this is the cashier. He was on the aisle. So, the ones that they're more worried about is actual cigarettes that are behind them. They think that's the worst thing in comparison to a vape to a teenager. But that's our issue right there. They don't care.
And they're just pointing the finger at us anyway.
I mean, I'm only about 2 hours away from you, TKAT. Like up here, like I in the last couple of weeks, I've kind of veered into gas stations, convenience stores, whatever, just to see. For the most part, they got them pretty locked up. Like
the Vipe is.
Yeah, like anything I've seen up here, it's pretty locked down.
Usually.
Yeah.
But if I can get pictures of where they put the jewels or the vape pens that don't, like, basically you have to use a juice in order to get the flavor.
But there was something else you mentioned. I can't remember what it was. Oh, what they're wanting to do with Juul in Europe and Canada.
Oh. They're trying to get rid of Juul entirely. They want to ban it from Canada because it's the one that's causing #1 issues, and it's basically store owners that are against Juul being sold in gas stations and convenience stores. They want to get rid of it entirely if it's going to cause an issue for them to not keep it locked up in the back and taking their precautions and not being blackmailed. And that it should only be in specialty stores, not sold at a gas station or a convenience store. And if they don't want to go ahead with it, they want to get rid of the vape pen and Juul from gas stations and convenience stores and get it out of our country.
Which I can follow that wholeheartedly. Baby Joe M, what's going on there, brother? But I can't remember what was the tobacco company that bought into Juul? Was it
Isn't it Philip Morris?
Now the thing is, if there's enough people to vote them out to saying that Juul is a problem and we do not want to get their products because they're selling it to teenagers, then yes, Marlboro will have to follow basically what the public say, because they'll lose a lot more money in that department. If there's enough votes to kick it out, they have to listen to the people. As long as it's over 5,000, was it? 5,000 or over 5,000 votes to get something out of our country.
I know you're talking to
Spike.
Sorry, what was that? I was distracted by something else.
Basically, when we do our voting system to kick something out or protest against, we need about a certain amount. And I believe it was 5,000 to basically make it an issue. Enough people.
Yeah, something like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now it's all store owners that want to go against them.
One thing I like about this Nord is when you set it down, it wants to fall over. And the same about the whole convenience store deal. It's Marvel, since Marvel did buy into, I don't know if it's actually Marvel or the actual company that Marvel is owned by, but since they got their hand in Jules' pocket, basically, I don't agree with selling stuff like that in convenience stores, but at the same time, though, it's like with majority companies, especially when there's multiple companies involved in one thing. It has to be basically a unanimous decision, and I'm guessing, in a way, I guess you say Marvel has the final say in some degree.
Marlboro's an American company, isn't it?
Yeah, it's owned by the company that makes Marlboro, I believe, is Philip Morris, I think.
Yes,
Sounds about right.
We have Philip Morris up here.
When I was a smoker, I always read. I was one of those weird people when I smoked. Every time I bought a pack, it could be the same pack I bought multiple times. I still read the damn thing.
Wait. Was or are one of those weird people?
Hey,
excuse me. She cues in.
Still technically am. I just read what's on the label of the juice bottles.
Okay, so you are one of those weird people that dips too much into the information, which is a good thing.
Yeah, more knowledge you get, the better. Yeah. Like, give you guys a little bit of backstory. When I first started vaping, I just learned how my first setup. All I knew was how to run that particular setup. But throughout the time, I still was researching. That's when I discovered that there were reviewers on YouTube. That's when I just immediately started gathering all this information. My brain is a sponge.
Spike will be back as soon as he can. He says sorry for the issues. He's having some electrical difficulties at home.
Yeah, we're having a bit of a thunderstorm. It's not as bad here yet.
All right, Marcia says that Philip Morris does own Juul, basically.
But still, they have to listen to the public. If the public says, no, we're not buying your product, and that the only person that's going to be buying that product is just teenagers, they have no choice but to remove it because it's now their main client.
I think Sally can agree with me that. Sorry about that. Sally could agree with me that here in America, corporate companies really don't, especially in that field. It's like the joke that Christopher Titus did one time when they found out that cigarettes do kill you. Government just basically said, "Hey, if cigarettes can kill you, we know. What should we do? Put a label on it." That's all they basically did. It even says on the package, "This will kill your ass dead."
Marcia says on November 28, 2018, the Wall Street Journal report that Ultra Group in Court, Missouri, MO, the maker of Marlboro cigarettes, is in talks to take a 35% stake in Juul. Yeah, but the thing is because it is technically an American brand, we can kick certain things out of our country if it's not a non-Canadian brand. And if it's causing a hassle the way it is, because a lot of the vape stores that I've been going to have been going against Juul. Yes, they may be selling it. Yeah. So it may be different for the States, but in Canada, we can vote against it and be like, get it out of our country. Juul may be a 3-year-old company based out of San Francisco, but Ultra is valuing the company at a $38 billion according to CNBC.
They go where the money is, basically.
But yeah, me and the guy that I always go to, the vape shop, who always helps me every single time. The one that I always have an interesting conversation with every time you guys come here.
Yep.
Him and I were actually talking about like the nick value in Juuls. They are 10 times stronger than this bottle right here. 10 times.
However, I will say, though, the Juul was originally meant to be, yes, it is stronger, but it wasn't meant to be chain vape like some vapes are.
But same thing with these. You're not supposed to.
Chain vape.
Hey, bye, Joe. Joe.
But I do anyway.
You'll be missed.
See? In this country, it all comes down to money.
Yeah. And people here don't want it. And they basically say enough is enough. And a lot of store owners basically say nope. And the public start voting against it.
It's just the whole clusterfuck. The problem is it's going to get worse before it gets any better.
Oh, yeah.
However, though, I will, from what I've heard and read, so based on my knowledge, so if I'm wrong, anybody on the panel or anybody in chat can correct me. What I heard, though, California originally had a statewide flavor ban, but I heard that some cities are now lifting it. And even California went out and admitted basically that secondhand vapor has no effect.
Because it disperses a lot quicker in the air.
So that is a pretty positive thing to hear about.
Well, up here, we may be still going at fighting against it, but it's going to be a continuous thing regardless, even if it's been passed or not. People are going to be still having the flavors. They're going to be still selling whatever they can. And it's going to be going on for years and years and years and years. So, as he was saying, regardless of how many advocates we have, flavors are going to be going up and down regardless. It doesn't matter if they ban it, but it's only going to be short-lived because somebody else will come up with something else. Somebody
came to me yesterday and told me, and they followed the whole media deal, saying that vaping is 10 times worse than smoking. They need to get rid of it so it doesn't kill people. I just simply said with this, all right, say they get rid of vaping because it kills people. Well, then get rid of cigarettes, get rid of alcohol, get rid of cars. You'll be surprised at what can kill you. Hell, just earlier today, I found out that there was a motorcycle rider about 15 minutes away from me died in a wreck. I mean, if you're going to get rid of something because it kills you, then you have to get rid of all the other stuff.
Yeah.
And who's willing to give up the liquor? Not me. Because alcohol makes parts of my family tolerable. If I quit alcohol, you're going to see me and a cousin of mine on Jerry Springer beating the shit out of each other. I might just throw me that big ass fan on the back of the stage. That's how it is, hugging his liquor bottle with such grace.
Products need to reduce the use of electronics.
What liquor is that? That fire and cane?
Authorities said it had been watered down so much.
Marcius, stay away from my mason jar.
Oh, Marcius has the good shit.
Hugging the bottle. It's okay. They're not going to take it away from me.
I'm just going to sit here drinking my coffee.
Is that Irish coffee?
No, it's Tim Hortons coffee.
Better. Gotcha.
Hey, for anybody who gives me shit about drinking Canadian coffee, don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, Timmy's coffee is definitely a treat.
It is the only coffee that I can.
Up here, we're just so used to it.
Hey, I give Tim Hortons big credit. It's the only coffee that I can actually drink straight up black and not have any issues.
Yeah, the funny thing is that its main component is Arabic 100.
Arabica.
Hold on. So that's one of the main ingredients. Okay. Arabic coffee beans.
So wait, hold on. I gotta stop you there.
Second ingredient, all right, is chicory root.
Chicory root?
Chicory root. So Tim Hortons, okay, it has the strong, it's almost borderline to the overdosing amount of caffeine. This is why it's highly addictive, is because the caffeine itself, actually, caffeine itself is not addictive. It's the chicory root that makes it addictive.
So if anybody knew the channel was tuning in, just keep in mind this show goes random everywhere.
We're literally just having a day old time.
Dysfunctional family moment.
But it's all seriousness though. I'm still doing that video. We're gonna catch them all in the act. There's no IDing. That's fine. I know someone that's gonna be bringing it right to the FDA and all higher ups and fighting against them and be like, okay, here we go.
So did you ever hear about that one story about the two people that were testing the effects of caffeine on the human body and they got overdosed?
Yeah, that's how close Tim Hortons is.
They had the caffeine equivalent of 300 cups of coffee. It's supposed to be 0.3 grams is what they were supposed to be given. Yeah, they were given 3 grams. They got all fucked up.
I've heard Death Wish coffee is actually really, really freaking good. I know someone that has it, and oh my god.
I have a cousin that drinks it every now and then, and I tried it. It's not bad, but it definitely wakes her ass up in the morning.
Well, it's an espresso, but as coffee form. Espresso is actually a lot stronger, and that's why you can only get them in the small little tiny cups.
Well, here's what happened. So, as everybody knows, I'm a night shift worker. So is Salad. We usually stay up to about. I stay up to about 7 in the morning. What do you usually stay up till, Salad?
I'm usually up until 8, 9 in the morning.
So about 6 o'clock in the morning, my cousin picks up. He's a farmer. And he made some Death Wish coffee this past weekend when I was up visiting with family. He had me to try, so I tried a small amount of it. Went to go catch some Z's, and literally 5 minutes later, my eyeballs just sprung open. I'm like, well, fuck, this is going to be a long day. Wait, what?
I'm being a butt to TKAT.
I'll go and look at this, okay?
Uh-oh.
Dun, 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 dun.
In the world of coffee, yeah, that prepare for the wrath of TKAT.
Oh no.
So as far so as far as first impressions on this recurve duel, I already found some stuff I don't like about it. One being airflow.
Oh, I hear him.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I pronounced it wrong, okay? Leave me alone. Don't leave me alone. I'd be very sad if you left me alone. But he's laughing at me because I said Arabic instead of Arabica. Arabic. I can't pronounce it, okay? It's freaking coffee beans.
Arabica.
Okay?
Arabica.
Arabica. Arabica. Arabica.
Oh God, here she goes.
But yeah, it's at like that borderline. Just, it's so close before it becomes like where you're not supposed to have it.
Which explains why I have trouble sleeping when we're up there, because we drink it all the time. What time?
So I've decided to embrace my scar, guys. Just so everybody knows, I have a scar right here. And my screen for my...
Scars are a badge of honor. Trust me, I got a few. Especially with the one on my middle finger and my thumb on this hand. How'd I get them? Crazy ant with a meat cleaver. Yes, my family's that nuts.
I don't do that right now because I'm right now streaming. So if I do it now, then everything's going to go haywire on my side.
I have the kind of family where at the family reunion, every vehicle there is a lifted up pickup. You smell moonshine, you hear banjos playing, and everybody there has got very few teeth. If they have a full set, they're probably fake. That's the kind of family that I have.
Mine's enamel bars.
Which I find kind of ironic, though. Because here's the funny thing. This is the kind of family where during Memorial Day, they were drinking out of mason jars, drinking beers, drinking straight out of the whiskey bottle. But yet, during the family reunion, for some odd reason, they bitched at me for drinking a beer. And that's mom's side of the family. But then you go to my dad's side of the family, I walk into my uncle's house, and not 2 minutes after stepping in the front door, I get asked if I want a beer. Load me up. When's the reunion? Oh, trust me, you don't want to go to my family reunion. You're my aunt Glant, my Glant aunt. My great aunt will talk your ear off. She'll make you go deaf. Very true, Marcy. It's very true. Where the hell is Salad at anyway?
I think I tossed him very, very hard when I told him to shut up.
Now, I bet you any money he's probably going to grab a tin of Tim Hortons coffee. All right, so how's everybody in chat doing? How's everybody? I was saying, Marcia. Brother, you have no idea how we roll in the Ozarks of Missouri.
I love how I have like my laptop and all of this running, and then eventually I'm gonna have another screen right here. I'm gonna be like all crazy with my Stuff.
Man, the tornado we had earlier this week, it was fucking nuts. Everybody in the tunnel at work was freaking the fuck out, and I was sitting there, it's like, whatever. Because here's the thing: when it comes to, I'm originally from San Jose, California. That's God's etch-a-sketch. You make what you want, then all of a sudden you shake it and it disappears.
That's Southern Ontario. Okay.
I like y'all's winters. That's what I like. The freezing cold.
Yeah, well, frickin' winters. They get cold, but they don't get cold enough. Maybe for you.
Well, your one cousin, it was 45 degrees outside, and I'm in shorts. She's like, "How are you in shorts?" It's only 45 degrees. That ain't cold. What?
We haven't had 45 in a very long time.
Well, it was 45 last I checked. Well, it was, when was it? It was.
We were only like minus 25. We get into temperatures that are minus 45, freaking close to 50. And once it hits the minus 35, we can't even go outside. Because it will frostbite you. It's below freezing temperatures. Even people up north that are used to that temperature, they can't even be outside because of the cold front. Our cars don't even work.
Tell me you never had 45 degrees Fahrenheit?
45 degrees Fahrenheit is not that cold.
Right, I'm not saying it's not that cold, but it was that. But what was funny was your one cousin. We went to that one shop. It was 45 degrees outside. It was on one of the weekends where me and Salad went up there for only the weekend.
Yeah, it still wasn't even that cold. They're kind of crying because of it. And that wasn't my cousin.
It was a while back.
No, the closest that we've gone to minus 40 Celsius, which is, I believe, because if it was if it was 45, it was only like minus 10. When we hit minus 40, you guys are minus 40 with us. No. When we start getting a really bad cold front and we hit the 40s, then come up here.
Hold on a second.
Hello, Shane.
Shane Smith, what's up, man? But
Surprised Marcius doesn't even bother coming in.
you know, after trying Mitch Green's coils, I'm almost don't want to do any more reviews on pre-made coils because I just know that every other coil is probably going to be pretty bad.
Yeah, for you. You like heat. You like the warmth of temperature of your flavors.
I has returned.
Well,
Whenever you went, you just vanished.
I had to go take care of something. Sorry.
Like I picked up a pack of these demon killers, and after just kind of running through them and seeing what they look like, I'm like, yeah, I'm not probably going to enjoy these. I'll still review it though. I will say though, these stable stagger fuse that Mitch made me are fucking awesome. He does not do them, but he did it because I asked. And I needed to re-drip.
You guys have all fallen out of my head. I can't hear the voices no more.
What's in my head? In my head. Sorry. Dolores would probably kill me for that one.
She's probably slapping you right now.
I will like to say, however, to all the people that don't think I truly vape 200 watts, Teresa, TKAT, and Salad. Sorry, my brain want to work.
He's still not used to calling us by our alter egos, our internet
Yeah.
egos. He's having a hard time still. Mind you.
It's okay.
So right there, 200 watts on the Maxo 315 on a 0.13. There are the coils.
You know what I still have from Christmas?
So trolls, fuck you.
Salad. You know what I still have from Christmas? Your little plunger toilet candy.
Talk about shitty candy. Oh man. So yeah, folks, Saturdays are going to be the new day for the shows, just because I realize that on Sunday evenings, a lot of people are getting ready for bed and still can go to work or take their kids to school the next day. So early Saturday evenings is now the new day and time for the shows. That way you all ain't got to worry about having to go to bed early. I keep all y'all in mind. As TKAT is sitting there with her eye twitching like she's about ready to kill me. I feel that one day her claws is going to come through my camera.
I only have one claw now. The other one's kind of like broke off, and this one, yeah, my dog kind of got at it. I'm sorry. It was a good attempt again. My nails are so fragile. I think I'm just gonna get them done. And ask them to make sure that the points are actually points, not freaking girly done up.
I don't think Spike will be back. The whole block is without power, so he's...
Oh no.
Yeah.
And he's got to conserve as much energy. Yeah, our weather has been really screwed up here. Like, we're getting massive thunderstorms, and they're hitting the ground. Like, we had a couple of that lightning actually hit just down over by the farm that's over there. When I went to go and pick her up the one night, the lightning was just hitting. It was scary. And I was driving in it. I hate it.
I remember one time in California, a big old thunderstorm hit us, and a lightning bolt hit the beach. You ever seen when lightning hits sand and the glass pattern it makes?
It's kind of pretty.
It is very pretty. Not as pretty as if you were to dump molten aluminum in an anthill. That's real pretty.
Yes and no.
So I'm actually debating on going to pick up glass cutter or fiberglass cutters. I'm going to make my tank. Instead of paying for it, I might as well try and do it on my own. See if I can do it.
Well, I hope you're not very sensitive to cringy sound, because it's the ripping sound the glass makes when you cut it.
I'm perfectly fine. I did it before with my 10-gallon.
It literally makes me feel like my eardrums are vibrating. It's just like, oh.
You're sensitive. I listen to chalkboard with the nails going down.
I can listen to that just fine, but for some reason that ripping sound that cutting glass makes. As a kid, I used to annoy the piss out of my parents taking 2 blocks of styrofoam and rubbing them together.
Well, that means I'll have a better looking tank than that one. I mean, that's a really nice looking tank and all, but I have ideas. I'm thinking of making either a 5 gallon, but like small 5 gallons. So there's more room on the bottom. Be able to decorate it and make it look nice and pretty. Allow my betas to have fun when I decide to get back into a beta care again, but also get ready. Good night, Shane.
Good night, brother.
Yeah.
I have people messaging me privately and talking, wanting me to do things, so I am obliging.
What are you doing?
I have another kitty cat trying to message me.
Uh-oh, I see that stare.
You like this kitty cat.
Which kitty cat is this one?
One that makes epic foods.
Okay, I like that. I like that kitty cat. That kitty cat is okay.
Oh, man. So how's everybody's Saturday going so far? Or Saturday evening?
Well, considering I've only been up for a couple hours, I can't complain with this day.
There's 5 people watching. And only Marcius is messaging. Come on, peoples. I know there's one that I'm technically watching.
They're probably getting ready for a trucking show. He's going live in a little bit.
A couple minutes.
Which, depending on what he's talking about, I might pop on that one after this.
What?
Pop on trucking show.
Ah.
And no, trucking, I don't want your slam piece. Or that mod is, it's called. Marcius, did you see that one? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I saw it. You did notice me leaning back a little bit?
So, Joe's not here, but he'll probably watch the rest of this video eventually. But I picked this up in memorial of Salad and I during the first year, and I saw it. Yeah.
What is it?
Salad.
Bottle from hometown.
Is it liquor?
I don't remember exactly what it is.
It's an illustrated historical Iowa. Andre Atlas.
Marcia said that look scared the shit out of me, and I'm in a different country.
Yeah, about them looks.
I tell you one thing, folks. When TKAT and Bell, or when we're just in the Zoom room here, just talking, not live or anything, and some of the looks she gives Salad, good God Almighty! Sometimes I fear that both her hands are going to come through, one through my camera, one through his camera, and we're just going to be like.
That's why Francis has an addiction to my eyes, is because I can give a look and a certain stare, and it just.
Yep.
I should do that TikTok challenge. Show emotions through your eyes.
The what challenge?
The TikTok challenge by showing your emotions through your eyes. So smiling, angry.
Well, according to some people, I'm a ginger, so I got no soul. So how can I show emotions through the eyes?
I'm part ginger, thank you. All this white, all this white used to be red. So. Oh, speaking of which, you can't see it over the camera, but like you can actually see the light redness of my hair to a degree. You can see the light redness.
I see more gray.
Well, yes, of course you can see the freaking gray. My hair used to have red pigment in there, but now the gray is taken over because I lost the red pigment.
Salad, just never say salt and pepper hair.
It's called Arctic
Salt and pepper's here.
Marcia's one look and the panties drop.
Wait, you wear panties, Marcius?
Oh.
Now, are they like thong frilly or granny panty?
Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
Inquiring minds wish to know.
I totally know.
Oh. Wow. According to Spike, a car accident hit one of the power poles.
Oh.
And that's why he doesn't have any power at the moment. Damn.
Do you remember that one time, Salad, where we had a bird fly into one of our generators outside of the plant, and it caused a brief power outage? Remember that night?
Yeah.
You want to talk about an Undertaker moment? Lights go off for a few seconds and come back on. I expected to see a tall dude in a black trench coat and a big black hat behind me. Just like, oh shit, this is where I get tombstoned. And they wonder why we're dysfunctional.
We're an awesome family, okay? Okay.
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 You're the babe.
It's like I keep trying to tell people. It's like these shows. I mean, having topics is good and all, but you know, where's the connection? You know, with the viewers. Just talking, you know, because in my personal opinion, I feel like if we just talked about topics, we'd just be machines.
50 balls. I heard 50 balls.
Hey, at least they have lace like the ones you left over here last weekend, Mr. Salad.
Hey. What we do in our spare time stays off of Zoom and stream.
That's funny, damn. But all right, folks, I'm actually going to end the stream here because trucking's going live. So I'm going to end it here. And anybody got any word? That's all, folks. Anybody got any last words to say to the chat before I end it?
This one,
The same. This is what I always say. Make sure you know where your mods are, where your juices are. Be sure to pay attention to your wattage and keep vaping on, as Spike would say.
Hopefully this will be organized.
Yep, I agree with that one, Salad. Know your devices, know what you're vaping on, vape what you like, and don't give a shit what other people say.
Just like my thing says. I don't give a shit
if you like me. So like I always say, though, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to TKAT and Salad for popping on the panel again. Always a blast having you all on. And as always, folks, until next time,
How are you?
TKAT, Salad, and Monsterman Vapes. Hang on.
Indigenous History Month has got me thinking about the achievements of some amazing indigenous